There were a ton of side-scrolling shooter games for the SNES. The system launched with Gradius 3, then came Super R-Type, Darius Twin, and a host of others. None of these games, however, were quite as unique as Axelay. Brought to the system in late 1992, the game proved that Konami built upon what they had done in Gradius 3 in a huge way. The game featured some areas with horizontal gameplay similar to many of its side-scrolling counterparts. However, what set Axelay apart from the crowd was that some of the areas were done in vertical mode as well. These transitions varied the gameplay in an amazing way and made the game seem bigger than it actually was. The other aspect of Axelay that was unique for a side-scrolling shooter game was the weapon progression system. Instead of gaining new weapons through power-ups found throughout the stages, the game allows the player to earn new weapons as they advance through the game instead. Also, you could always switch between 3 different weapons: a basic weapon, special weapon, and either a bomb or missile, and each of these 3 categories is actually useful. Using the right weapons at the right times was the key to beating Axelay, and the game was clearly balanced with this in mind. This was one facet that made the game much more complex than other scrolling shooters, many of which seem much more monotonous with a single weapon only. Also, whenever you finish picking your weapons, you get this awesome voiceover.
Arms installation is complete. Good luck.
That's pretty good for the SNES. Another refreshing element of Axelay was the death and respawn system. While most shooting games force the player to start an entire stage over after a death, Axelay saves the location where the player died and the game begins anew at that exact spot. This really spared the frustration that came with many of the game's counterparts. Also, you can get hit multiple times before being destroyed, which prevented the game from being so unforgiving. Getting hit still penalizes you though because it disables the selected weapon and replaces it with a weaker version. Impact with ships and boundaries will still cause an instant death, but these are generally easier to avoid. The game just never seems too unfair, though the highest difficulty is rough. Perhaps the best part of Axelay is the fact that it isn't plagued by the crazy slowdown that affects so many other scrolling shooter games. This was an incredible achievement, especially because the game featured graphics that went far and beyond most other games on the system. Slowdown complaints were probably the most common criticism made against SNES shooter games, but Axelay was never affected by it. And wow, just look at these graphics. The visuals in this game were absolutely astounding, especially for a game that came out near the beginning of the SNES's life cycle. The way that the backgrounds appear are just amazing and really seem to transcend the power of the system. The artificial horizons make you feel like you're just hovering over the worlds, and I love it. The places with multiple layers just look incredible, and this isn't just a one-time thing. The game is filled with these experiences. The graphics of Axelay just hold up very well today, especially compared to many of the other games from the same era. The bosses are also huge and have amazing animations that just make them seem ultra powerful. Their colors are vibrant, and the way they move and fire in patterns is just awesome. The game really is an incredible spectacle, and the boss encounters really play into it well. The team of developers that created this game went on to found Treasure, the creators of Gunstar Heroes for the Sega Genesis. That game was great as well, and was also noted for its awesome graphics. Incredibly, Axelay did not sell very well. Konami had actually planned a sequel, which was promised to players completing the game on the highest difficulty twice in a row. However, Axelay 2 was eventually axed. Get it? When sales figures proved to be insufficient. Even still, the game has been praised immensely and now attracts the attention it deserves. It is my favorite scrolling shooter game on the entire SNES, and that is quite a distinction given that there are dozens of them. It's just well worth playing today, and this is coming from a guy that isn't in love with the genre. The only disappointment I have is that the game has only 6 worlds to conquer, but it manages to overcome this by making them all so great. Especially Cumulus? Axelay is just a standout game that deserves special attention. If you like this review and remember Axelay, leave a comment below about the most memorable aspect of the game to you. If you like my videos, please subscribe to my channel and click the bell below to be alerted upon the addition of new ones. Also, please consider supporting my channel via YouTube's Join feature to receive member exclusives, such as advanced videos and complete video transcripts.